Hi there, welcome to another unboxing video. So today I'm going to look at this monster, which is the Edge Dawnfall Warchest, and with that comes the stretch goal box, which is another faction called the Darkness. So before I get started here, I'll kind of preface this by saying that I love miniatures. I like miniatures games, so people will know me mainly for Mythic Battles Pantheon, and I also like Rising Sun as well. Backed both of those on Kickstarter. Now, the reason I'm not sure if I'm going to like this so much is that my miniature games that I really like are based on a well-known mythology. So Japanese mythology for Rising Sun, Greek mythology for Mythic Battles Pantheon. Now this, I'm hoping, is going to have enough flavor text here for me to kind of really get into the mythos and the information that is available. So I'm really hoping that that is going to be the case. But yeah, let's get started. So this box is wider than the table that I used to record on, so it is a monster. 6 factions in here. Another one which is like the gamer AI for single player and I believe co-op games is in here. But we'll get to that last. So let's have a little look to see what's in this massive box. So yeah, this made about £500,000 on Kickstarter when it was out in November 2016, I'm going to say. I'll say I do know a bit about the game. It's got lots of crossover with Warhammer Shadespire, which I love. I absolutely love Shadespire. Although I'm going to give this the game the credit and say it hasn't ripped off Shadespire since this since the Kickstarter for this was out a year before Shadespire was even released, and had all sorts of gameplay videos and that kind of thing. Right, okay, let's have a look in here. So giant box. I'll tell you what I'm feeling already though, is that this is a big box lid here. It feels very thin. Yeah, it doesn't feel all that. I'm not sure how that's going to hold up going forward. So that's, yeah, pretty thin. Okay. Right, so let's have a look, see what we've got here. I will say, before I go any further, this isn't going to be a massive 45-minute unboxing or anything silly like that. I'm just going to give you a very brief overview of what we've got in the box. I will go into the factions in their individual videos later on. So I intend to do at least 6 more videos on this series, one for each faction and then one for this, but I will show you what's in this box today anyway. Okay, so on top we've got boards. You won't be able to see all of this because this game is so much bigger than my table. But there we go. I can tell you the boards are pretty thin. So anyone who's got Gloomhaven and will recognise that thin board. That is pretty much the same sort of thickness as we've got here. So I'm not sure how much damage that's gonna take. But there you go. One board double-sided. Another board, which looks to be more or less the same, I believe. Let's have a quick butchers at this. Okay, so very nice. So again, big hex, little hex. Anyone who ever played Hexic on the old Xbox 360 will recognise these. But yeah, let's give you a look at the other side. Nice, very good. So we've got spaces here to put all your faction cards, and you've got a player at either side. And both boards go together for larger games. But that looks good. Ooh. Let's get rid of that. Lots and lots and lots of stuff. What we got here first Massive, massive book of stickers. So 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 pages of stickers. These are for the scenarios, I believe. So there's all sorts of scenarios, sorry, campaigns. So individual scenarios, and these are campaigns to go on some special maps, which I'm sure we'll find in a minute. Okay. These are so awesome that I'm going to come back to them in a minute. These are the maps I was talking about. So you can see that there are different size places to put the stickers. Try and get these out of here without ripping it. Okay, so 2 of these, which are identical. They're single-sided, very thin and flimsy, obviously disposable. Oh, hang on, we've got more. So yeah, these look pretty good. They're going to be, I believe, all for the campaign. And I can tell you that there's 4 copies of the same one here, it looks like. 5 copies, 6 copies. So yeah, they all look the same. They are double-sided, so on the so the 2 single-page ones are single-sided, the rest are double-sided. So look pretty good. There's nothing. Right, so what I like, no, I am going to save these and go through these in a minute. Stretch goals. So these, you see the dude that is on there is the dude that is on here that we will look at in a minute. But to have a quick look at the book, oh, I forgot. Yes. So a list of game changes to the game setup for this different way of playing. Last stand solo mode. Information on all of the miniatures, and then scenarios. Whole bunch of scenarios. So that looks great. I'll get into this more when I do the Darkness faction in-depth look in another video. Punch boards. That's not a punch board. This is obviously some sort of track. This looks nice. Right, punch boards. Now it looks as though you've got a punch board 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I might be right in saying you get a separate punch board for almost every faction. I'm looking at the miniatures here, they look awesome, I'll get to them in a minute. But yeah, these all look pretty good, nicely. They all look almost centered, not quite, but nearly. No, they are a bit off actually, that's a bit annoying. Let's check this one. Let's have a look. These I believe are a little bit off, I think. They do look off, but they're obviously playable. But yeah, shame really. Quite a lot of stuff here just not centered at all. Unless I'll punch them. See, because these look more centered. It might be the style actually. Sorry, yeah, I think this is going to be the style, because if you look at these round symbols in the corner of this token, that's right in the edge. So yeah, I think I might have just done it a bit of a disservice there. But these tokens do look good. So let's punch a couple, see what we get. Yeah, feels pretty good. Don't think it's going to be a problem with those. So yeah, all good stuff. More. Right, looks like from now on in we've just got books and miniatures. So in the campaign there was, hang on a second, rulebook. Very thin rulebook. Surprised actually, I didn't think. 15 pages in the rulebook. Let's have a look. Game components, game overview, game setup, which is a two-sider, starting the match, end of the game, squads and squad cards. All looks pretty good actually, full colour, some lovely artwork in here. Yeah, I like this. This looks nice. Rules summary, which is good. Now, in the Kickstarter campaign, you could either get the big war chest, or you could buy individual factions, or you could buy faction packs, which was 2. And you could buy one that was rha-zack versus Diverger. I hope I'm not butchering the names. So there's a campaign for that. So that was its own individual box. Chapter versus Demon, you get that campaign here as well, because you get those factions, and the last 2 faction, the Faceless and the Reborn. So that all looks very, very good. Now, what I was saying at the beginning of the video about kind of the mythos and the lore of the game and that kind of thing is what I want to look at here. So each faction has got this chapter faction sheet. Now, this gives you some information on who the faction is, a tactical guide, pre-constructed starting deck, because in this game you construct your own decks to play the game the way you want to play it. And I believe there's some drafting before each game as well. So showing you exactly what your squad cards are, which I believe are double-sided as well. Banner card, I'm not sure what that is. And yeah, and then on the back it's just got a description of all of the different cards and what they mean. So this is really great. So whichever faction you pick, you've got this to go along with it. And yep, very good. Hang on a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, perfect. Okay. Let's have a look at some miniatures. So, faction. So everything is laid out really nicely in the box. And yep, you get 2 of these little inserts per faction. So I am going to have a look at a couple of the miniatures. All of the factions have their own coloured bases as well, which is nice. If you can see that, the miniature itself looks pretty cool. Let's have a look at some of the bigger ones, they're a bit easier to see. There's this big beast, that's nice. So there's some good detail on there, it's not magnificent or anything. I'm having some trouble focusing the camera. Let's try it there a bit. There we go, we're getting there. I'll throw in some images of a few of these instead of messing around like this. In fact, I'm not going to go through all these miniatures now. Let's have a let's get rid of this one. Let's have a look at a couple of them though. It's nice, this little dude controlling a mech. 3 of them in there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 miniatures in this faction. Oh, do you know what, silly me as well. Each faction deck is in here as well, which is nice. Very good. I like the way this is set up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And a little pack of dudes as well. Or they aren't dudes, they've got some flags and that kind of thing on them. So they look pretty cool. This looks cool, except for the bent stuff. But that is a pucker miniature. So in terms of the miniatures, you can see from the sculpt, they're not massively heavy on detail. I think this will look really cool when it's painted up, because there are lots of kind of bare edges and that kind of thing. So that's pretty cool. If I have a look at one that looks like a bit more rugged, see how much detail's on there. I think it's just a little guy here, but he does have a bit, yeah, he's got plenty of detail on him. I think for the most part the miniatures do look good. They're not amazing or anything. I'm really sorry, I've got some really naff video footage of these miniatures. I will sort that out for the individual faction videos that I do. But yeah, it all looks good. So what we got? 6 dice. I'm going to say that's a first player token maybe. Tons of these little shields, which are markers for your cards, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4 packs of gems, which you collect to improve your actions in the games. Some of these, they all look pretty good. What I do like about these is, I believe, if I'm right, I don't think they're all the same sculpt. I think they're, I might be completely wrong there, but they look pretty cool anyway. They're kind of a funky shape, so when you've got them all sprawled out on the table, it's not going to be instantly recognisable that they are all different. Right, okay, so that's it for the core box. And like I say, I'll go into those factions in depth a bit on future videos. I'll probably start getting those uploaded in the next few days. Okay, darkness box, which is for the stretch goals. Let's have a look. This is better presented than the actual core box itself. Right, so I'm going in a bit closer for this one. So same thickness box, which is a little bit flimsy, I think. So nothing in there except for this box here. And the way that's been formed, it's just mushed all this plastic together. So I'll tell you in a minute if that's kind of damaged any of the contents. Alright, let's try and open this without making any more problems for myself. Okay. So here we have a box of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 different miniatures. Wow, that's awesome. Okay, 15 miniatures, some extra stuff. There's a hole there, which worries me a little bit. And obviously we've got the cards for the darkness faction. So these actually, 1, 2, 3, 4 cards relate to these miniatures. Which are Banner, Bomb, Relic and Totem. And we've got a whole bunch of these ones, hidden objectives. And a whole load of Velcro cards, Abysmal Empress. So these are all the cards that are for the miniatures themselves. And then those are so they're the activation cards, and these are for the actual miniatures themselves. So like I say, I'll be coming back to do more videos soon. I'll go through every single faction, give them their own video, so there'll be at least 7 more videos coming up. And I'll try and fit in some of the lore there as well. But yeah, thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, like and subscribe and all that good stuff, and I shall catch you later. Bye.